My name is Marion Ojealaro, studying psychology in BU, and I've been there for over 2 years, and I'm from Nigeria. And I'm just a student, right? And that's what I make. And then people back home that have already gotten jobs, they're done with school, and they just got a job. That's what they probably earned in a month. Like what? Okay, let's just take the spring cleaning for example. When you get paid like 800 something in 2 weeks, as well graduates, they don't even get paid that much in a month.
In Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria. And that's what I get here, excuse me, in 2 weeks. That's how, people here, they should feel privileged. I mean, seriously, you work at McDonald's, that's minimum wage, right? Their minimum wage here is good. I don't think we don't have minimum wage back home. You get paid whatever. Cheap, If you're working at the clothing store, you get minimum wage, right? And then that is it. I never worked at a clothing store back home, but I can't really say. But I know for sure that the cleaners back then in my school did not get as much as I did when I did spring cleaning in Marion University.
So in Nigeria, historically, there has been some ethnic conflict, civil strife and wars and whatnot. From your experience, being, ethnic conflict, if it's between the tribes or different peoples, is that your form of type of discrimination within your own home country?
Okay, I'll just give a simple example there. There was a time in high school when this girl, we didn't talk for years or whatever because she was in my class or whatever. Yeah. And then one day she was talking to me, she was like, oh, she didn't like me before, that because I'm Ishan, my mother's native tongue, whatever. And then she was like, oh, she didn't talk to me, or she doesn't like Ishan people because of what one Ishan woman did to her mother. And I'm like, okay, so what does that have to do with me actually? What someone did to your mother? Do I even know the person just because the person is Ishan? There are things like that actually. Yes, stereotypes are like, oh, Igbo people, they like money and they do crazy things to make money, or how...
Stereotypes?
Yeah, those. Or how Yoruba people have big butts. That one is definitely there. Or Hausa people, I teach philosophy a bit. I'm like, well, in that place, they're two extremes. You're extremely rich or extremely poor. I don't know, just stuff like that. I don't know about the real conflict. People get a little crazy. Me though, just chill. I don't know how you're gonna edit this because I can't really, except the whole girl being like, oh, you're Ishan, I didn't like you because of where you're from or whatever. Oh, yeah, this stuff, oh, people from my side, they are witches.
Oh, it's another stereotype.
They're like, oh, people from my village are witches. I'm like, really? Really? So if I was a witch, I totally just care right now for what you just said. But yeah, that's another one too. Yeah, people they just talk really. They don't exactly, hate you just because they just tease. From my point of view though, they said, dealt with younger people. You don't really have to go, yeah. Talk to my father, I probably have something more to say about that, but yeah.
What are some of the things that you notice in regards to Canadian culture or lack of culture compared to Nigerian culture? What are some of the things that you miss about Nigerian culture, some things that you cherish,
well,
the institution of family or different things about your society there?
Yeah, I know. First of all, I miss the food. I'm just gonna say that real quick. Yeah, I miss the food here. No offense, but it's so, yeah, it's all you guys have is burgers, and I don't know, for some reason I hate poutine. I don't know why, I just hate poutine.
That's okay.
Yeah, the food here is just I don't know, it's junk food and fertilized food and fertilized day-old chickens and whatever. But back home we actually have food, a variety of food. We have, yeah. Should I talk about? No, we need to talk about the food, but yeah.
What about some traditional things that you guys
our traditional wear?
Like about family or culture?
Family. Yeah. I don't know. I think I was in psych class and they're talking about abuse when you like hit your kids. I'm like, oh my god, I was abused as a child. if we're gonna if we're gonna put it like that, if we're gonna call that abuse, then boy, yeah. And I'm like, typically everyone in Nigeria was abused or is currently being abused right now. But we don't look at it that way. It's just basically, you misbehave, you get spanked, and everyone in the family is pretty close. Yeah, it's a thing back home. I don't know here. I think my friend was like, he was working, right? And then this woman and child came in and they paid for their food separately, and the girl didn't have enough money to pay, and he just gave the mother change, and the mother was just there looking at her daughter struggle to pay for food. Like, are you kidding me? Okay, I know, it's that thing, right? But back home, first of all, the mother will pay for the food. If his daughter is taking the mother out, the daughter will pay for the food. Or even they decide to pay separately, one is not going to watch the other struggle trying to pay for food. That's just ridiculous. I don't know how, it's like just like your people understand you better. It's like, you talk to them today and then they see you tomorrow and they acknowledge you. They say hi to you. They don't just walk past you like you guys didn't just talk a day before. It's just how it is here.
So you would say that the culture in Nigeria is more intimate?
Yes, it's easier to talk to people. Like I said, back home, I had a ton of friends. You talk to someone today or you talk to your friend's friend and then they see you the next day and they say hi and you guys just talk. And then the other day, you guys just talk more. And if you like the person, of course, you want to talk more and that's pretty much it. But here, it's like, you say hi to someone today, your friend's friend, and then you see them the next day, and they don't even talk to you. Meet someone you work with someone, and when the work is over, you say hi to them, and you don't even respond. And I'm pretty sure she heard me. That was a fact, because she was close, she heard me when I said hi. She just walked away like she didn't even hear anything. But when I smiled at her, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not even going to do anything anymore. It's like, if you don't talk to me first, I'm not even. I've adopted that thing here now. It's like, before, if someone I know, I talk to them. But here, it's like, if you don't talk to me, I'm not going to talk to you. I don't want to get embarrassed when you don't answer me. It's just how it is. And I guess kind of has changed me.
So coming from a homogenous society like Nigeria, what are some of the experiences or situations that you faced coming to Canada, being an African woman of color and coming to Canada, which is mainly, white dominated? How do the societies differ and how did that reflect some of the experiences that you faced here in Canada?
Okay.
Like, have you experienced racism or discrimination? What are some of the issues that you faced as far as acceptance and, adapting to the culture here?
First, I don't know really because people here, some people are like weird actually. So you can't tell if they're exactly being racist or if that's just how they are. Like one time we were on the bus, right, and I was taking a selfie and I was on this side of the bus and the lady was on the other side of the bus, and then she attacked me and she was like, oh, I just took a picture, that issue's in the picture, I should delete it, she doesn't want to be in my picture. I'm like, okay, you're not even in the same lane as I was, so how are you supposed to be in the picture? We're in a different side. So I can't really say she attacked me for, me or whatever, because, she obviously wasn't in the picture or was supposed to be there, or if she's just a crazy person.
But you felt like the reason why she was acting the way that she was, you felt that it was possibly because of the color of your skin, or you felt that there was some underlying reason there?
Yeah, because there were people behind me and nobody said anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and other day some dude was like looking at me, and then when I turned, he like turned away and he's like looking at me with so much disgust. And again, I don't know if he's a crazy person or whatever, so.
And how does that affect you inside? How does that make you feel, not experiencing those types of things in your home country?
It's actually kind of irritating here. I mean, really, why would you look at me like that? It's kind of annoying because back home, everybody will look at you like they're crazy people. Or if you're crazy yourself, and then people look at you like you're crazy, not because of anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The famous Nigerian author Chimamanda Adichie discusses, issues in Nigeria, being a homogenous society and being that race is not an issue at all. Could you elaborate on that and talk about, Nigerian society and how the color of a person's skin color is not really an issue at all?
It is not an issue at all. I mean, we're all black there, and if a foreign person comes, it's basically the same way. We actually get excited when a white person comes to the country, or when you say white person working or whatever. It's a little bit exciting for us because there are not a lot of them there, so we do not discriminate them. We're like, oh, look, there's a white person there. That's pretty much how it goes. And then people are like staring at the white person, not like, trying to make them feel bad. We're just surprised that they're there. We don't discriminate them when they're in our country.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing for us. Like, me back home, I never thought about it. Like, I don't even watch, movies like that. It's black racism movies. I don't watch it. So I never really thought about it until I was coming to Canada. And my dad was like, well, when you're going to be going out of the country, you should be careful. There are people that discriminate based on the color of your skin or whatever. So I'm like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I got a little scared because I've never had that before.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, at least I went in there, I came here, kind of prepared for it, I've never really had that
Mm-hmm.
happen to me before.
Until you came to Canada.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, and it says a lot about, Canada as a whole, our society, individuals who've never experienced racism before, who come from homogenous societies. And it says a lot about, specific to Brandon, and even, in our small community of BU, it says a lot. In Nigeria, how are things in terms of issues for women and gender equality?
Well, I wouldn't know much about that. The way it is basically, that whole grown woman, when the lady was talking in the background, like, women can be successful, but, not so successful. That is actually kind of true back home. They'd be like, oh, you want to be rich and everything, but, men get intimidated by that. They're like, women that are rich, but, a man will not approach them because they have too much money or they feel intimidated by that. That is actually one of those things that happen back home. That is pretty true. When the woman makes more money, it's an issue for the man. Or if the man doesn't have a problem with it, his friends can talk him into it. God, people are so annoying. But yeah, that kind of happens. But I know that wasn't a thing with my parents. I wasn't exactly sure who made more money with my parents because my mom was a nurse back home, my dad was a government worker. It's kind of hard to talk. My dad was more generous with the money. No furious, they'd be tight-handed and us. You wouldn't exactly know how much they make, but both of my parents were working and it wasn't an issue at all. Mm-hmm. So,
But how about the way that women are portrayed in the media or treated, just generally?
Well, back in the day, do I even know? I don't know. We're supposed to be a little bit conservative. We're supposed to be chill. We're supposed to be all covered up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But those have changed, though. We'll be out there exposed.
So you think that the society now is more secular and more modern?
Oh yeah. People be crazy now. Just